Welcome back to the best Android apps of the month, this time for October 2025. First up is a free and open source app called coreply. You know in Gmail, when you're typing an email and it gives you those smart suggestions that you can just swipe to accept? It's a really big time saver, especially for me. Well, with coreply, it gives you that same exact feature in most other messaging apps. You just start typing your reply and bam, you instantly see an inline suggestion right then and there. From there, you can tap to accept the next word, or you can even long press it to get the whole sentence. It works in most messaging apps too, including WhatsApp, Instagram, Signal, even your notification replies in the notification panel, and a lot more from there. And the best part, since it uses Gemini, the suggestions are actually aware of the conversation you're having, so they actually make sense. I use it all the time because it comes in handy when I get stuck on a message and I don't know what to say, and it just gives me a response that I could say. And by the way, no data is collected either. All the traffic goes directly to the interface API, meaning nothing passes through any intermediate servers. Pretty neat. Next is Panda, which is literally the craziest open source app that I've ever come across. And here's why. You can just tell your phone to do something and it will take over your screen, navigate the OS, and try to do it for you. Check it out. Hey Panda, find me a video on TikTok on how to tie a tie.
Certainly. I'll find a video on TikTok for you on how to tie a
reservation.
tie.
So it's been 8 years.
Yo, if you still don't know how to tie a tie, stop scrolling, I'm gonna show you how. Step 1.
Hey Panda, go on Amazon and search for USB-C cables that are 3 feet long.
Sure, I can help you with that. I'll go to Amazon and search for 3 feet long USB-C cables.
Hey Panda, open Netflix and start playing Breaking Bad.
Certainly. I'll open Netflix and start playing Breaking Bad for you.
Leave now.
Task completed successfully.
He's coming.
Pretty crazy, right? And that's barely scratching the surface. It can open and control basically any app you want. It's perfect for when your hands are full and you just need to do something that even Google Gemini can't handle. How it's able to control it is simply by using Android's accessibility permission to see and interact with your screen. And since it's AI powered, it understands the UI in real time to tap the right buttons and swipe in the right direction. Now, it's not perfect, it can sometimes get stuck, and it's not always the fastest, but to be fair, it only came out a few weeks ago, so I'm sure it'll get better over time. Plus, you do only get 15 free tasks to use per day, and if you like more, you'll need to grab the Pro version, which is $3.50 per month. But thanks to the developer, he gave me 100 promo codes to give away on my Patreon, so you can grab the full version for free over there. Feel free to check that out. And hey, those are just 2 out of the 15 apps I got for you for this month's episode of the best apps. As always, I'm just one guy digging up these hidden gems, so if you end up downloading even one app from this entire list, do me a favor and drop a like. Last month's episode for September, we hit 9,000 likes, which is absolutely insane. I really appreciate the support, guys. Maybe this time we could possibly reach for 10,000. Let's see if we can do it. Now, you know when you're playing music or a YouTube video through your Bluetooth headphones or speaker, and the media player lets you easily switch the audio source between your phone and the Bluetooth device? Well, for most apps like TikTok or Instagram that don't show that media player, you're stuck. You don't get that handy audio switcher. That's where Audio Output Switcher comes in. It lets you add a tile to your quick settings that opens up the native Android audio output menu so you can switch between your phone's speaker, your Bluetooth device, or even cast to a TV, or maybe your smart home assistant, no matter what app you're using too. Even if you don't have a Bluetooth device connected, you can still cast to any compatible device nearby. It's really handy. Alright, so quick heads up, I know this is kind of random and you guys just came here for the apps, but there are some false accusations being said about me that I really feel like I need to clear the air about. If you don't really care and don't want drama, no worries at all, here's the timestamp to go to the next app, but here's what's going on. A somewhat popular Telegram channel called PopMods that also shares apps recently accused me of stealing their app recommendations, just because some of them were shown off in my last few videos. Apparently, just because they talked about an app first, that instantly means I'm stealing from them, which is ridiculous. The owner of that channel, Omer, also encouraged his fans to report my YouTube channel, probably hoping to get it taken down. He also made a picture of me as a clown for his whole community to mock me with, which honestly just feels super childish. And he even insulted those who tried to see both sides of the coin, saying stuff like, "Why are you defending him? Did you throw away your brain?" It's pretty crazy. And here's the thing, I'm literally not stealing from them. I mean, I've been contacted by their admins on Telegram asking for credit, and I told them that I haven't used their channel as a source for apps. All my app findings literally come from my emails, GitHub, F-Droid, and Reddit, not Telegram. And then I thought that we were both on the same page, that it was just a misunderstanding. We even went on to collaborate together where I gave them a shout out on a YouTube video that I made in the past for the best apps, because after checking out their page, I thought they had something great going on. But still, that's not enough, and the owner, Omer, went on to falsely accuse me of stealing. So let me clear the air here. First off, I've been running this Best App series on YouTube since 2015, an entire decade. That's 7 years before PopMods even existed, which only started in 2022. So the idea that I suddenly started stealing from their channel after all this time of finding apps without them is a seriously bold accusation. But still, let's compare the apps themselves. In my last Best Apps video for September, I featured 15 apps. Out of those 15, only one app, Installer X Revived, was also featured on PopMods. But in the video, I clearly stated and showed that it was recommended to me from my own Reddit page. Plus, that Reddit post was made weeks before PopMods even posted about it. Alright, so I guess I'm in the clear for that one. What about the video before that, in August? Well, out of the 15 apps, 9 of them were shown off on PopMods channel first, which does seem bad on the surface, but here's the context. 2 of those apps I had already shown off last year in a previous video, and the other 6 were brand new apps, just created by the developers in around June or July, with over 70% of them being released in July. Yeah, apps that were literally created a few weeks before my August video went up. And this is important because whenever a new app drops, PopMods can instantly post about it on Telegram. That takes them maybe a few minutes, add some text, screenshots, a custom banner, done. But for me, if I discover that same exact app on the same day through GitHub, F-Droid, Reddit, my email, or the Play Store, I can't just post about it right away. My format is different. I only post 1 video a month that always goes live on the 1st. That means PopMods will usually beat me to posting brand new apps just because of timing. If you look back at my older videos, you'll even see that same pattern. I just focus on newly released apps since that's what you guys really enjoy the most. Even in this video, some apps were just released and may have shown up on their channel first, PopMods, but that doesn't mean I copy them. Most of these apps were promoted directly by the developers themselves on Reddit, sent through my email, or also easily available to find on places like F-Droid. At the end of the day, I've been doing this series for years to highlight fresh apps and really support indie developers. It sucks to see channels like PopMods with a creator like Omer try to spin it like I'm copying him, mocking me publicly too, and even pushing people to report my channel without a shred of evidence. These apps are really out there for anyone to find and share. Nothing exclusive, nothing leaked, and honestly, this isn't just about me, it's about the Android app community as a whole. There aren't many creators left doing monthly app roundups, and if Omer pulled this on a smaller creator without an audience, it could crush them. The way I see it, we're all helping to spotlight new apps. You guys, the viewers, get to discover fresh tools and apps. Indie developers get their apps out there much more easily, and we as creators get to build a like-minded community around it all. Ultimately, everyone benefits. So anyways, that's my rant. Thanks for hearing me out. I just wanted to clear the air in case you see these false accusations floating around. If you guys can please have my back on this, I would truly appreciate it. Let's not let channels like PopMods really try to destroy a community of people who just want to discover newly released apps. We're all in this together. And just one last final message to the entire PopMods team, you should all be ashamed of yourselves. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's bring it back to the best apps and keep it positive. If your phone struggles with heavy 3D games because it's just a bit too old to play or it's a budget device, you're in luck because TMPAD can make these games playable again. It does this by allowing you to lower the resolution and frame rate of any game. You can even scale the resolution down to half or even just 10% to really squeeze more performance out of your device. And you can even cap the FPS as low as 30 frames if you want. But I would keep it at least 60. Of course, games won't look as sharp, but it'll be way more playable than before. The only string attached is that you'll need to use the Shizuku app to get this working. If you're not sure how to use that, I'll leave a video tutorial for you in the card so you can check it out. Next up is Hackney. If you ever use Uber or Lyft, you're gonna love this. It lets you compare prices from both apps right on one screen, sorted from cheapest to most expensive. You just tap the ride you want, and it opens it up directly in the Uber or Lyft app. And each selection is already set with the correct price too. Just keep in mind that it'll only show you the correct standard prices for the free versions. So if you have something like an Uber One membership, which I have, the prices may show up cheaper, but you can still see the original price crossed out, which Hackney showed you earlier. So it's still the easiest way to avoid price hikes and save you a few bucks. The best part, it's completely free, no ads, no paywalls, nothing. It just works like a charm. Now, as you're all using these new apps and trying them all out, I'm sure we can all relate that we spend a lot of time at our desks. I especially do, and my old chair just wasn't cutting it anymore. My back ached, my shoulders got stiff, and I was constantly shifting around. So I finally made the switch to the Sahoo Doro C300, the sponsor of this video. It's an ergonomic office chair that I've been using every single day for the past few weeks, and honestly, it's really helped me cut down on all those pains that I've been dealing with. Not only does it look nice, but it actually makes those long hours at the desk feel way more comfortable. The biggest thing for me is the self-adaptive lumbar support. It just moves with my spine and keeps my whole back supported the whole time without me having to constantly readjust. Plus, the seat back is flexible so it leans with me instead of feeling stiff. It's also got a 3D headrest, which is awesome because I can set it exactly where I need it for my head and neck, and it actually stays there too. Perfect for when I want to kick back and watch something. And it doesn't stop there. It also comes with these fantastic 4D armrests. The level of customization on this office chair is something that most others just don't offer, and it's been great for keeping my entire body comfortable for long hours at the desk. No matter if I'm typing, scrolling on my phone, or leaning back, I can dial everything just the way I like so I can feel totally relaxed. Plus, the best part is that everything's controlled with just one handle, which makes it really easy to get the chair feeling the way I'd like. Honestly, Sahoo really nailed it with this office chair, so if you're like me and spend hours sitting all day, the Doro C300 is definitely worth checking out. I'll drop a link and a discount code with 6% off down below so you can learn more. Here's another simple but useful one, network switch. All it does is add a little tile to your quick settings that lets you easily switch between 4G and 5G. Why would you want that? Well, if you don't know, 5G can be a really big battery drain, so when you're out and about and not doing anything that needs super fast speeds, you can flip it to 4G and save your battery. It comes in pretty clutch, especially if you have an older phone that drains a lot faster these days. The only catch is that, once again, this app does need Shizuku to run. Again, I've got a tutorial for that in the cards if you need it. Now, if you're looking to free up some space on your phone, check out LTE Cleaner FOSS. This is the lightest, simplest cleaner app you'll ever find. It's even better than SD-Mate 2 because that one actually locks some of its cleaning features behind a paywall. LTE Cleaner FOSS does it all for free. With just 2 taps, it clears out your entire phone's cache, temporary files, logs, empty folders, leftover junk from uninstalled apps, and even random APKs sitting around. Way better than those sketchy cleaner apps that you see on the Play Store that are loaded with ads, trackers, and paywalls. This one's totally free, open source, lightweight, and safe to use. And if you still need more space, you might want to try out Nora. Instead of having 5 different social media apps taking up storage, you can combine them all into one. Nora lets you access Instagram, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Blue Sky, and more, all in a single app that's less than 100 megabytes big. Just to give you a perspective, that's around 85% smaller than Instagram's size. Plus, I love how easy it is to switch between them all, and you can even hide the ones that you don't use. Now, it is using the web versions of these apps, so you don't have full access to every single feature, but you still have most, including the basics like posting stuff. You can also scroll through your feeds, and you can even comment on other people's posts. And the best part is that it's completely free and open source too. Next, we have floating notes, and it does exactly what it says. It lets you have little sticky notes floating over any other app on your screen. It's perfect for keeping a meeting time or a quick task right in front of you so you don't forget. You can even have multiple floating notes on the screen at the same time. I personally love the checklist one for grocery shopping. I no longer need to constantly open and close my notes app while I'm at the store. The downside though is that the checklist one is behind a paywall, but still, most of its other features are free. Plus, it's an extremely customizable app too. You can change the color of the notes, their transparency, you can even pin them to the side and even set reminders for each one. It's pretty useful. Shappky is another useful one because it literally shows you every single app that's currently running in the background and lets you force stop them. Now, a quick warning, force stopping apps won't really speed up your phone because a lot of them will just restart themselves, but what it is great for is showing you what apps are running silently in the background, slowly using up your battery without you even knowing it. So if you downloaded an app months ago and forgot about it, but it's still running, Shappky will help you find those sneaky apps so you can just uninstall them for good. Again though, this one does require the Shizuku app to run if you're not rooted. Oh, and real quick, some of you might not know this, but I also started another series called Most Useful Tech of the Month. It's where I show off affordable gadgets that may actually make your life easier. Last time I showed off a waterproof phone holder for the shower, a phone case with a built-in screen, and a slick charging hub with retractable cables. There were plenty more too, and just a heads up, the third episode is going to drop in a few days, so make sure you subscribe with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss it. It will be in the cards too. Next up is Weathermaster, and it's both free and open source. This app gives you a weather experience that's almost identical to the one that you got on the latest Google Pixel phones. It even has a little nod to the old Google Weather app with the animations at the top. But the rest is pure Pixel 9 or 10 goodness. You get the same quick summary card, the hourly and daily forecast, and all those info tiles at the bottom with fun shapes. And yes, you can still tap on each tile to expand it and get more details. The only thing though is that it's missing the new pollen card from the Pixel 10, but other than that, it works amazingly and looks absolutely incredible. And speaking of the Pixels, I've got to say, I really dig Google's new Material 3 expressive design. It's colorful, fun, and feels alive. I even made a whole video on how you can get that style on your phone, which I'll link in the cards. There's just one app though that Google hasn't made, and that's a dedicated offline music player. Well, Pixel Play is that app. It's a free, open source music player that feels exactly like the one that Google should have made. It scans your phone for audio files, lets you pick which folders to use, and then the homepage becomes this super fun, colorful mix of your music. You've got your search, your library, but the real star is the now playing screen. It's got this squiggly progress bar, bouncy buttons that change the shape when you tap them, and smooth animations everywhere. It even supports lyrics. It's just a really well done app. And speaking of music, Spotify users, have you ever noticed that when you hit the shuffle button, it feels like you always hear the same batch of songs in a similar order each time? Yeah, turns out Spotify Shuffle isn't truly random. But with this app called Virtual Shuffle, it'll fix that problem for you. It connects directly to your Spotify and makes sure your playlists are played in a truly random order. You can choose a normal shuffle or a smart shuffle that keeps track of what you played so you can hear every song once before it repeats. It also has some handy tools for managing playlists, like you can combine them or even remove duplicates. It's a game changer for your music routine. For the OG Android users out there, do you remember Androidify? It was that app where you could customize a little Android bot to look just like you. Well, Google just brought it back with a huge update. This time you can just upload a selfie and their AI will generate a bot that looks just like you or similar to you. Or you can just describe what you want, like a figure with sunglasses and a Hawaiian shirt holding a coffee cup, and it'll make it. You can even drop your character in cool backgrounds like Google's campus or anything else. To be honest, I do think the customization could be a bit better, but it's still a really fun and quick way to turn yourself into a droid to share with friends. Now, the best app on this entire list is Typi, and I really love it. Here's why. Let's say I'm writing an email or a tweet and it's full of grammar and spelling mistakes. Instead of fixing each one, I can just type $fix G and it automatically fixes everything. Just like that. Or if I've written a long, ranty message, I can type $short to simplify it while keeping the main point. I can even make it more professional by typing $polite, and it'll quickly change the tone of the entire message. And if I need to write something out from scratch, like an essay or just ask a question, I can just type my request, followed by $Typi, and it'll write it for me right then and there. It basically brings Gemini's AI power to any text field you're typing in without needing to switch apps or keyboards. It's a huge time saver. I actually never would have even found this app if it weren't for a Reddit user named Shappky who recommended it to me on my HowToMen Reddit page. So if you have an app that you love, feel free to recommend it over there. Just make sure to include app in the title and use the app flare so I can find it a lot easier. If I feature it, I'll definitely give you a shout out in the next episode. Anyway, if you want to see more, tap this playlist right here to watch the previous Best Apps episodes, or tap on this card to watch a few of the new top tech videos that I released. If you downloaded even one app that you liked today, feel free to drop a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Kapow!